Oh, we got sideways Ken again.
Hello, hello, everyone.
Yeah, it's sideways Ken.
Yeah, it'll be fixed here in a second. It's just a picture. Where is my...
Ken, did you see what's going on with Sea of Thieves?
Yes, and I'm going to be playing the hell out of it here soon.
Same. I'm going to be obsessed with that. My roommate's even like, "Ooh, I'm probably gonna end up downloading it."
Playing with Captain Jack Sparrow and he becomes an actual crewmate that sails, like an NPC that sails on your ship too.
Ken, just in case you didn't know, all mics are live and you're broadcasting on Twitch.
All right, cool. Let me shut those off. I'm trying to get to All right, hello and welcome to Odyssey of Eternity. I'm DM Kenneth, and this is the Kenku Club. We've been playing through Tyranny of Dragons for quite some time now, and tonight the party has found themselves at a hunting lodge that they have been, one would say, methodically combing through the place, cutting down anyone in their path, and very tactically approaching the building. Other people would simply say murder hoboing their way through the building. However, it is not without cause, as these individuals are cultist one and all in this building that you know of. You have not encountered anyone that has been utterly polite, except for the kobolds that are part of the Godric Leroy Rebellion, that they have been unionizing themselves. You guys managed to kill a 4-armed troll and 2 others that ambushed you as you guys started, along with some drakes. You saved some prisoners that were chained up and tortured in the basement. And as you guys last left off, Solace's favorite thing in the world, Tapestry, almost murdered the entire party. As you guys stand up, licking your wounds, healed yourselves up a little bit, you guys are shaken, rattled, and definitely injured for the most part. You guys look around this room, the remnants of a suit of armor that had animated and attacked you in the darkness had fallen and lain flat and crumbled into the carpet. What do you guys do?
Is the tapestry still there?
Yeah, the tapestry is still there.
I think we should burn it.
I'm sorry about that, guys. Oh no, I'm sorry about that, guys.
I could identify it.
You can absolutely do that. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I'd like to know what almost killed us. So I'm casting Identify.
Ritually or through the spell slot?
Spell slot.
Okay.
I don't know, can artificers cast ritually?
Unless you have the ritual caster in the description of the thing, class, I don't think so, actually.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. So I'm just using a spell slot.
Okay, so as you look at it, you get a large amount of, what is abjuration magic on it. And it doesn't have a spell name, but this definitely has teleportation magic inscribed upon it. And you would realize through the Identify that if you step through it, you'd probably be teleported somewhere.
But I don't have any idea where.
No, not a clue.
Did you relay that to us?
I tell everybody everything.
Can
I'm confused.
I walked into the
Power's touch went dark and armor attacked, but she didn't go anywhere.
I kinda want to go through the death tapestry. I kinda want to.
I look over at you out. No.
But I kinda want to still. I mean,
You didn't want to go through the portal that got us here.
yeah, but it's a tapestry.
If we don't know what it does, and it almost killed us last time, I'd say, no.
I'll tell you guys it was trapped earlier. I don't know what the magic's on it now, but it was set up as a trap earlier, so I don't know what that is still there. You were the one that examined it. I can look at it to see if it's still trapped in some fashion or it's just...
Should we just keep going? Because I don't think it's safe for me to be in the same room as a tapestry that is cast. I might have a relapse.
I walk over to you and start to push at your upper leg to push you towards the door.
That's right, I forgot how short you were. Okay. Anyone else have any ideas about what to do with the death tapestry?
Hey, Willow, if you help
Yeah?
me with an arcane check, maybe we can sort out whether it's tied to this room, or we could just roll the tapestry up and go somewhere with it.
I've got a pretty good arcana.
I can help you then. I can help you then, since give you a chance on roll.
But I assume
19
Baxton already
19
walked
on
through it.
die plus 6.
Wait,
And
Baxton
I got
already walked through it?
Yeah, while mid conversation, I said I walked in.
All right, you find yourself in the middle of a forest somewhere, Baxton.
Cool. You guys are arguing about it, and I was just like, too much talk, not enough kill. I
You
just
realize
walked in.
there's not a portal back.
Where'd Baxton go?
He went this way, and
Got me.
I'll follow.
You're like the Pulp Fiction meme there, Baxton, just looking around, his arms in your lap, like.
Wait.
Did Owen just go through too?
I think
All right.
we should.
Owen, you find yourself in the woods, completely alone, except for your bats.
Am I
Just
next
me?
to Owen?
Just you, yeah.
No, where'd they go?
Well,
I mean,
we don't know this. We don't know this.
I'm gonna charge in, and also I'm gonna like death tapestry.
So you touch it, nothing happens. You've seen the other two walk through it.
No, I want to go in.
Okay, you said you touched it. That's what I was just saying. You touched it, nothing happened. But you walk in,
Should we go?
and you also find yourself in the middle of woods with no one around you.
Wait, where are the other two? Gosh, darn it! This is.
God, you guys are actually splitting the party 7 ways tonight.
Where?
Godric's going to give a shrug and walk in as well.
Okay.
And
Well.
this actually makes sense because our characters don't know that we end up in the different places.
I know. 100%.
I'm like,
So it's just you and Willow and Kalix standing... or Imvir.
Okay. Can
Wait,
I did examine.
What's that?
I examined it with arcane.
Yes.
I rolled a 19 plus 6 is 25.
Yes. So with your identify with that, you would get the gist that this is a OS sort of thing, where if poop hits the fan, you can jump through it and it'll randomly teleport you at least 5 miles away from the current location.
Oh,
Solace in front of you, a little bunny hops in front of you.
Solus, what's your name?
So Imvir and Willow are the only two that are left.
I didn't go through yet.
Envir,
Oh, and Corbus.
would you? So it sounds like it's randomly teleporting from my examination. If we go through, should we hold hands?
I guess we could try it and see what happens.
Yeah. Why not? We have to step. Do we step through at the same time?
Yes, and holding hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
All right. So you guys all...
I reach over and. Oh, what about Bob? Or whatever his name is.
I'll hold on to Bob, and Dirty Bird can sit on my shoulder.
Okay. How about I just sit on top of Bob?
So you guys all pile up on Bob, and you guys rush through the portal as one super unit, and you guys find yourself in the same little glade in the middle of the woods. The 3 of you plus plus creations together.
So the groups we have are Owen, Baxen, Solace, and everyone else.
So the people that are by themselves, Baxen, Owen, Solace, and Godric. Imvir, Willow, and Corbus are together.
You're right, Willow.
First off,
See?
Baxen, I need you to... I need everyone who's... Actually, everyone roll me a d20.
Donna, can you go get my dice?
No modifier, just a d20.
Oh god, I'll use my phone. Nothing's loading and fucking dice. I want the 20.
Nice, natural 20.
I got a 4.
Well, what do you know? I got a 4 also.
12.
I got a 6.
All right.
Solace is just asking the bunny where her friends are.
We will start with Badric. I tried saying Baxen and Godric at the same time.
Well,
Baxen,
Mm-hmm.
as you're sitting around there, Baxen,
Mm-hmm.
things are quiet. Things are calm. All of a sudden you hear of a deep canine growl.
I growl back in a draconic, deep-chested growl.
You growl.
As you see 2 dire wolves coming out of the forest at you. And this will be initiative.
-1 animal handling. Sweet.
What'd you get, Maxon?
11.
Alright, they act first. The 2 wolves act in unison as the mated pair comes up and they pounce on you. That'll be a 24 to hit.
Hit.
And an 11 to hit, so only one will hit. You will take 8 points of piercing damage and need a strength saving throw to be knocked prone.
Nat 1.
As you fall prone under the assault of these things. It is your turn.
I am going to, the same one, make 2 attacks.
There'll be a disadvantage as you're prone.
I'm, yes, begrudgingly aware. Are they on top of me, or can I stand up?
They're the ones practically on top of you.
Can I still stand up, or no?
Yeah, take half your movement, but you can get up.
Cool. I don't want to move. They hit me, I'm gonna hit them.
Yeah.
The one that's practically on top of me is what I'm aiming at. Both over 20 to hit.
Okay. Those will hit.
17 points of magical slashing.
All right. Anything else?
No.
Oh. All right. They're gonna attempt to bite you both again. 11 to hit, which misses, and a 17 to hit, which should miss as well. All right. Your turn, Baxen.
The same one that I was on before. Swing, swing. Might not hit with a 14.
14 just hits.
Sweet. For crap damage. damage at 15.
Why is that? Oh, because Numlocks is off. That's why it's not working right. All right, that one is looking very injured at this point. It yelps in pain as you slash at it with your sword. You rake across its shoulder as it growls and yips in pain. It's gonna lash out both its and its mate to attack you. That'll be a 24 to hit on the first one. And a 20 to hit on the second.
Miss.
Okay. And the one's dying snarl, it'll do 8 points of piercing damage to you as you inevitably kill it this turn.
Ooh, that's a nat 1 on the first attack.
So, with your first attack, you swing your sword and you lose your grip, and your sword flies wild into the forest.
I'm used to this. Pull out my spear. This isn't the first time this is gonna happen. Do you beat? I think Beyond just crashed on me. Oh, I remember what it is. Yeah, that'll hit because that's 9 plus 5, 14. 14
Yep,
hits.
14 is the AC.
7 points of damage.
As that one, you spear it down and it yips its last yelp. The direwolf that remains, he's going to disengage and rush off into the woods. Owen, roll me a d20 again here real quick. Okay. You sit down, you're back up against a tree to get your make sure you're someplace safe as you set down your little cauldron down, and bats start erupting from the cauldron out. As your eyes glaze over, you start looking over the woods, and you see quite a beautiful surroundings. You see the mountain range that's off in the distance, and after a bit of flying, actually you don't see it, you feel it with the echolocation, because bats. You pulse out and you get back, you pulse out and you come back. And you know, it's a very wooded, mountainous area. And you do, after a bit of searching, as you get a pulse back, roll me a concentration check.
Oh, it'd be a 15. My concentration, my con's +1.
Okay. You start smelling something foul. Utterly and horribly foul. As you get the pulse back, as you see the hunting lodge, probably about 4.5 miles to your north.
Well, I wouldn't have been able to go that far. I can only go a mile.
Ah. Well, they can go past the mile, that you just lose contact with them until they come back into that mile range. And as you're sitting there, your eyes roll back into your own, as you're waiting on your things to come back to you. You see there has been a skunk that has curled up into your pot of deception in your lap that you were holding. And it's looking up at you, its little nose twitching. And it has one of your flowers from inside of your jacket, and it's sitting there just nibbling on the flower. What's up, Doc?
Really? You just talked to me?
Yeah?
Oh, this is not going to be good for him. Oh, goodness. This is... dragon-looking guy, then a couple elves, then like a very short person with like a metal dog, and then like a crow. See any of them?
No, I was going through your stuff, trying to find food.
Oh, here.
It's little. By the way, name's Pinky. Druid called me that because I'm a stinky, apparently.
I don't smell so good anyway, so it's okay.
These flowers taste
Wait.
pretty good.
Druid.
Oh, they're dead now.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Yeah, happens.
Well, do you know this area? I don't know this area.
Sorta. Where are you trying to go?
A little long. Well, I was over there, and then I walked through a thing because I was going after the other person, tall dragon guy, walking through a thing, and then I was here, but he wasn't here, but I'm here.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for the big building, it's that way. I can show you if you want.
No, oh, how far away is the big building?
It's a couple miles.
I went far.
Yeah, the only problem is if you follow me, you're gonna have to stay downwind the entire time. You humans are stinky.
Can you smell really good?
What's that?
Can you smell really good? Can you help me find a dragonborn? He's big, he's gold, probably smells like fire and rage right now.
I could probably look at that. Yeah, I can try.
Alright. I'll follow you. I still got these bats flying around. These are my friends. And then these are my friends too. And I'll open it up. And I'll show the bats. And I'll show
He just like... I felt like I should have been asked to buy a watch there. Or at least a sundial.
Yeah, they're friends. I'll tell you. I'll introduce you later. But can you help me find him? Because I know he'll be able to find everybody else. I haven't been out in the woods in a while. It's been a couple years. Well, I mean, I've been out in the woods a long time, but just not recently.
I think I can figure something out as he starts waddling off. And this is the chunkiest of skunks. He is a chunky boy. Waddles like a fat raccoon. Just sort of.
I have a real life story to tell you about me and skunks after this on break, and I will tell you it's really funny and comical that you chose this.
Okay.
But game-wise, I will follow said skunk downwind, and hopefully he can help me find Baxton, who is gold and full of rage. It smells like fire.
All right. Hey, Celis, just a real quick question before I try anything here. What is your current HP?
7.
7?
Yes, 7.
Okay.
You scare me a little.
Okay. I got this. So as you are sitting there, we pan to you. You're sitting there all by yourself. Then you see this little...
No, there's a bunny.
Yep, I'm getting there. You see this little bunny hop out towards you. As its little nose is wrinkled up and it hops. And you notice its hide is crimson white. Its fur. Or not crimson white, snow white. As it hops and hops up at you, and it looks up at you, wiggles its little nose.
Hey laddie, how you doing? you're just adorable. Yeah. This isn't what I expected.
As you see
Well,
another couple bunnies sort of hop out from around there's a couple trees.
Oh my gosh, you're all absolutely adorable.
They're
Do I
all
have them?
snow white with blood red
Oh,
eyes.
Oh, red eyes. Well, I have red eyes too. Won't hold that against you.
Corbus gets the reference immediately.
Y'all are looking at me a little funny, but I'm just
Another two rabbits hop. The one that's right at your front just its mouth opens up, and you see instead of the cute little bunny teeth that you normally see, these are all sharpened, razor sharp teeth. As this is initiative, Solace.
Are you kidding me? Well, in fact, you're buttoning me, but, this... 2
You said 2?
plus 4, so 8.
So 8.
No.
All right.
6.
6.
2 plus 4 is 6. I can math. This is gonna be bad.
The people that have seen Monty Python are literally as the one little bunny attempts to hit you.
With its face?
Yeah, it's like jumping right up to you, trying to claw out your throat with its teeth. It gets a 9 to hit. Its next friend jumps out, misses with a 2. Third friend, you just have a horde of bunnies just jumping out after you. Next one gets a 5 to hit, which will miss.
These buddies are rolling poorly.
Fourth one is also going to miss with a 3. The last one is going to be an 8 to miss you. So all of them miss as all of these murderous white rabbits sit there just trying to chomp down at you. What do you do, Solace? You have 5 little tiny bunnies trying to murder you in the forest.
5 murder bunnies.
To be more specific, kill a rabbit. Run away.
Killer bunnies. Let me clarify in my notes. I would love to know what murders me in my sleep. Sleep.
Bunnies.
Yeah, bunnies. I think I'm going to cast sleep at the highest level spell slots I can and just start running. So that'll be a third level. No, first. What? So that would think. I can think. Maybe I'll do. No. Okay, so usually it does 5d8, and I'm adding 2d8, so that will be 5, 6, 7d8 of sleep on the bunnies. 1, 6, 3, 8, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1.
So just so I'm clarify, you're casting sleep, right?
Aye.
And you have a swarm of bunnies on your current position on top of you.
Wait, they're on top of me?
They're all over you, jumping at you, trying to bite you.
Yes. I'm also gonna run after this, but I thought it would be good if I can knock a couple out. 12, 26 points of sleeping.
So as... Oh, you're a drow, too. So, okay, that isn't going to work as I thought it was originally. What's that, Owen?
No, that's my sister screaming outside.
I thought you were going to knock yourself out there with your own sleep, but you are a drow or halfling. Halfling and resistant to sleep magic, and magic can't put you to sleep.
Oh yeah, I'm in the center of it. Yep, I am a drow.
That was planned all along.
As all of as a pile of fur of murderous intent just sort of falls asleep on the forest ground as you just start running through the woods.
In a direction, any direction. So I don't know if I'm running away or towards the house, but you can pick. And honestly, she just thinks she's just like really good at staying awake because she doesn't know that it's because she's a dinner. She just thinks she's cool that way. Yondala protects her.
All right, and with that, your encounter in the woods is over as you start running. Are you being quiet about this, or are you screaming the entire way? Because Bunny's just tried murdering you.
Definitely screaming at the top of her lungs, and she has a great lung capacity because she plays the bagpipes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Godric, give me a, as we pan the camera to you, give me a perception check as we start your encounter.
Oh, okay. I got a 13.
13. Willow will be back on shortly. She dropped her phone, and she's currently trying to get back onto the Discord. So 13. You think you hear the faint sound of Solace screaming off in the distance, but roll me a d20 here.
That'll be a 2.
All right. As you're sitting there, just sort of walking through. Is it this campaign you had an axe beak?
Yeah, but I don't have them anymore. I forgot to bring them with when we went through the portal.
Okay. And it hasn't been that long yet. As you're just sitting there, all of a sudden you just hear a snuffling. As you see the trees in front of you start to move a little bit. Growing up on the farm, you definitely know this sound as a bear.
Okay.
Has not seemed to notice you yet.
Godric's just going to stop moving and remain completely still and try not to bring any attention to himself.
Roll me. This will either be a stealth or a survival check here.
Okay.
As trying to hide from a bear is definitely a survival situation.
Yeah. Going with survival. And I've rolled I get a +4, so an 11.
All right. As the bear comes into the clearing, you're just sitting there on the ground, trying not to move a muscle. Not very successful with it, but you're doing your best. You notice the bear's cataracts in its eyes, as this seems to be an elderly bear just sort of blindly meandering through the woods, using its nose for the most part. As it comes up to you, snuffles at your, into your hair a couple times. One experimental lick covered in drool just across the side of your face. Almost disgusted look on its face as the unwashed dirt from combats and encounters and portal stuff comes across on its tongue, and it just sort of meanders away back into the woods.
Godric's going to, as soon as it's a good distance away, quietly cast heal on himself so he doesn't only have 7 hit points to deal with things.
Okay.
Or cure wounds, rather.
Is this the first time that you've ever healed yourself?
I believe so. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure.
Because I know you usually use it on others, and you never use your own magic on yourself, usually.
Yeah, usually. But he can't save others if he's dead.
Yep. And for the other three, Willow is currently trying to get her phone back up. It's still giving her some grief. The three of you are in the same area, in the same clearing. And looking around, and you seem utterly and wholeheartedly lost.
I am going to fly above the trees and see if I can see in any direction where we came from.
All right, so you fly straight up. Give me a perception check.
Perception. Okay. So 17 plus 3, a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, all right. You see the hunting lodge up to the northwest. You
Okay.
also hear Solace's screams from the east. Probably about a mile to your east.
I come back down and I inform everybody that we need to go east to go save Solace. The lodge is, and what was it, northwest or whatever it was? Northeast.
So the northeast is towards the house, the hunting lodge, and the east is where Solace's screams were coming from.
Okay, well, I say we need to go to east to save Solace.
Okay. Welcome back, Willow. It is your group's turn. And what do you call it? Corbus had flown up, looked around, and found that the hunting lodge is a couple miles to the northeast of where you're at. Or not northeast, northwest of where you're at. And he heard Solace's screams coming from the east of where you're at.
So what if we head east?
Yep, and he came down and recommended that as well. Imvir, are you there, by the way?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, just double checking. So the three of you guys start heading your way through the east. Roll me a survival check.
I think I have it. Let me peek.
Yeah, please do. I'm going to be riding Bob if I can,
Absolutely.
because he goes faster than I do.
I rolled a 17.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't.
So it is very low DC to try getting through to find her, as she's literally disturbing all the birds in the area. As Corbus, you hopping branch to branch, you literally see the disturbance of birds flapping and flying away as she is just running, screaming. And after probably about like 10 minutes of running, you guys find her. Solace, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw here.
Okay, this is gonna be a nasty one. 0.
Was that a natural one?
Not 1, -1. 0.
Okay. You will take 2 levels of exhaustion from this, as you literally have been booking it the entire way, screaming. Your vocal cords are about blown at this point from your screaming. You've been crying. Your eyes are puffy and red, and you get you see your friends rushing up towards you as you just collapse onto Bob, just sobbing and just relieved that you're found, and the killer rabbits won't get you anymore.
Willow just sort of pats her and says, "They're there. They're there."
What?
You're gonna kill us all. Okay.
What? What attack?
Everyone else, give me a let's do a insight check on her who is in the area to just decipher her cries and her snivels.
Eight.
So that is a 22.
Yeah, so those of you who are with Solace, you guys very easily can decipher. The killer, these really cute white fluffy bunnies, I went to go pet one, and then they all tried eating me and killing me, and I ran, and I'm cried, and now I'm here. That's the translation you get through the sobs.
Hey, killer rabbits? That's new.
So good.
That's new.
You're gonna eat my face.
All right, now we pan over. Real quick, Gotcha, were you just staying still at that point after the bear left?
After the bear left, he would have counted to like 10 and then started to move again.
Okay. What direction were you moving?
Towards the distant screaming.
Okay. So, panning over, Baxon, you get the most foul smell approaching you after a while. And you just hear this small, high-pitched voice just literally telling someone all about the politics and the drama of the forest here. How Blue Jay said this to Blackbird, the Badger was an asshole, all this sort of stuff. And you hear a friendly voice, okay, just humoring him for the most part. And then all of a sudden the voice stops for a minute. All of a sudden you hear, hatred and fire? Yeah, it's in the clearing over.
A deep, deep bellowing, just like, what? What? I'm grumpy, not angry. As I push my
Maxon?
way through the clearing and grab my sword. Yes, Owen, what?
Hey.
Right next to you.
So.
What's up?
Oh, hey. So you went through, and then I went through, and then you weren't there, but I was over there. But then he was there, and then he helped me find you. It was pretty
Who
easy.
is-
Oh,
That?
Pinky.
As you see a skunk just sort of waddling up, and it's the fattest, chunkiest skunk you've ever seen. Hey, what's up? You do smell like fire and utter hatred.
Hey, I pat your head.
Sure.
And I give him like a...
And the clearing immediately poof out of the skunk spray. As he just like, sorry, I haven't had anyone do that before.
I melt people. This isn't the worst thing I've smelled.
See, I wasn't lying when I told you he was gold smelled like fire and rage, I mean, that's...
Improvement now. No, everything just smells like skunk.
Okay, so now we need to find...
I would very much wish for you to continue with. Sorry, my apologies. I look down at Pinky and I go, I would very much like for you to continue with us, but there's several precautions that we must take first.
It looks up at you, head cocked to the side. Define precautions.
Have you had a bath?
He just looks at you.
I take that as a no.
You haven't had a bath.
You know that doesn't stop my odor.
True. However, I have heard of how to stop the odor, and you will not like it.
You won't like me if you try it.
Fair enough then.
I'll follow along, but don't expect me to stop my stink. It's sort of a thing.
It hides us, so nobody can sniff us out, so that works.
True enough.
See?
We shall leave it to the rest of the group once we get back to them. But I think you're adorable.
So, well, I have a question. So I'm assuming, I think, that everybody probably watered through one at a time, and they're probably all at different parts. So, what do you want to find next? I mean, who's the easiest one for Stinky to sniff out?
Probably
Godric
either...
smells probably like blood right now, because he was like.
I smell like lotus.
Because he was knocked over. Solus is probably gonna smell like blood.
She's gonna smell like cookies.
And
cookies and blood. Yeah.
Cookies, rose water, and blood. Those like the three distinct smells.
Ooh, you know what would be a good one? I think if we sort out Ree would be the easy. Not Ree, sorry. Willow right now. That would probably be the easiest. Because she probably has her dog with her. And the dog would definitely stand out.
Oh, that's a good point. Can you smell like metal and fake dog?
You smell metal and fake dog.
Fake dog? I mean, I can probably sniff out metal. Maybe.
It's a big dog looking construct that walks around like a dog, bites like a dog, growls like a dog. I don't know if he's like a dog.
Metal and pride.
Yeah, metal and pride. Metal and pride.
What's it worth to me? I found this one. Where's my payment?
Give you another head pat.
I'll give him another lily.
Deal. He just starts waddling away. He's like, you know, I haven't done this much walking in a long time. As he's just...
right on my shoulder.
No. No. As he just starts waddling and waddling. Panning over, Godric. Give me a... The screaming has stopped at this point, but give me a survival check as you are following the sound, or the direction where you heard it.
Yeah. Oh. I'm going back to the bear, apparently, because I rolled that one.
As you sit there and you're walking through, you think you found it on the side. All of a sudden, you just get distracted. Get the faint whiff of skunk for a minute. All of a sudden, I need a dexterity saving throw.
I joke you not. I don't know if I didn't roll it enough or whatever, but I just rolled another nat one.
All right. As you Well, distracted by the smell, looking around, you tumble down a semi-steep ravine. Probably about like 25 feet. You stumble down off this cliff. Tumble in, crashing down. What's your current your current health right now?
My current health is 13.
All right. So, with this, you will crash down for 5 points of piercing damage. And as you sort of take a minute to gather yourself, then the pain hits you. You look down at your leg, and you see the bone coming clear through your pants, as your right leg had snapped from the fall. What
That's
do you...
a big oof.
Yeah, what do you do there, Godric?
Well, it's not going to hurt at first, but then it's going to hurt like.
Oh yeah, it's... You're sitting there just looking at the little bit of bone. And this is on the lower leg. It's like right below your knee.
Yep. So,
It's not your
Godric
femur,
is-
which is good.
Godric is going to look around at the ground first, as if he's trying to find something, but then like decided better of that, and then just pull off his belt, put it in his mouth, grab the bone, and he's going to shift it back into place. I'm using second wind.
You know, as a fighter, that is honestly fair. That is... Oh.
I'm sorry, that just makes me want to scream.
Right. And the fact that you said that so nonchalantly as you did that too.
Well, so like there's a lot of stories out there of people who break their bones, and as long as they still get it while their body's still trying to figure out what's happening, like they've been able to push it back where they think it should be, and they don't feel it. But if you do it too late, you absolutely will feel it. Markiplier has a story about it, and I know a few other people. However, in real life, do not do this, because almost every time you put it back wrong, and the doctor has to re-break your bone because it tries to heal itself once it's like close enough to being in place. He has to
Right.
re-break it to fix it. But Godric does it, and it works out for him with that. Say 5 to heal, and then I think, is it plus my level? Plus my fighter level?
Yep.
So a total of 10.
All right. Yeah, you grit as you push it back. You wrap some bandages around it, keeping it bound up. You'll have a 5-foot movement penalty at the moment until
Okay.
you receive like actual medical healing to help fully set it. But you have effectively set it. You get some. You find like a branch that's down there as you splint it as well to help keep it
Okay.
in place. But as you look up to the ravine and what you have to climb up to get back, about a 25-foot, very steep shale hill. If you don't know what shale is, it's all a bunch of little tiny slippery rocks
Yep.
that are usually found on mountainsides. The rest of you guys, Imvir, Willow, Corbus, Solace, you guys hear what sounds to be a rock tumble off to the south of you.
I think we should investigate that, whatever that was.
Yeah. Yeah. I look over at Willow. Or not Willow, Solace. I think you better stay on Bob.
Lily, what do you want to scout ahead? You can have Birdie Bird with you.
I can do that, yes.
So I tell Birdie Bird to go up and perch.
Okay. As Birdie Bird is flying up, it encounters a swarm of bats that are flying around.
Oh. That's not going to be much for my birds.
Well, no, it recognizes them as some of Owen's bats.
Oh. Well, in that case.
As the smell assaults you guys. As you smell the smell of skunks.
Holy Mother of Lords.
Oh! Owen!
As after a couple minutes, Owen and Baxon crash through. As you hear once again, the still more drama of the Wilderlands from Pinky the Skunk.
Now, is
Blue
that
Jay.
different angle?
Different.
The other that we heard?
Yes, they came from the northwest.
Okay.
Is that skunk talking?
Yes, we were
Is that
digressing into Blue Jay and Blackbird politics, and this Blue Jay definitely seems to be on the wrong side of this whole tree law and use of upper branches for nesting. I mean, the Blue Jay is definitely in the wrong. Oh, wait. Oh. Hey. Hey, Baxton. Found him. See him? Right.
I've been suggesting a coup for the last 20 minutes. For some reason, Pinky doesn't agree with me. But I'm still saying a coup. The owl was right, and I'm not a fan of the Blue Jay. That's all I'm going to say on the matter.
Yep.
Blue Jays suck.
The Robin's even iffy, but Beaver's cool, though. The fish ate him. Beaver's cool.
Do I see them as well?
Yeah, you do see him.
I smell us too.
Baxton! It's ruined this. You're bad.
She got attacked by bunnies.
Does this skunk want to eat us too?
I don't think so. He likes lilies.
Oh, you ran in as the skunk just looks up, and it's the fattest little chunkiest skunk. Oh, you ran into the fluffy little rabbits, didn't you? They are the biggest jerks. We avoid them. Even the badgers don't like those little guys. And those badgers are meaner than anything. Unless you give them some mushrooms.
Thank you. Do you want some food?
Sure. This guy's been giving me flowers. They're really good.
Then you pull out a lot of food, like, we can stress eat together.
I mean, I'm not stress eating, but, wait, is that a cookie?
No.
Don't eat the cookie. Don't eat the cookie.
Yeah, these ones have been warning me about the cookies, saying that they're weapons of mass destruction?
You guys are mean. Stop telling people about my cookies.
Vorpal bunnies?
Okay, Baxton, there were 7 of us, right? Because I just counted like 3 times, and I only have 6. Where's Godric?
Who are we missing?
Godric. I think Godric. Godric? Godric.
He's not here yet.
At this
What?
point, the rest of the group
Oh,
will
he's not
tell
here
you about the rock slide they just heard a few minutes ago.
Yeah, we point out whatever.
They're
We
coming
point
back
out.
to get us.
Pinky, can you smell out defiance?
And blood. He's gonna smell like blood. He almost died. Well, actually, he kind of did die when he came back. Anyways.
I got better.
Can you just smell defiance? And revolution? Can you smell revolution?
Dirt clods.
You know, I got the smell of revolution when the great squirrel rise up and he lists off a fictitious year as the animals of the forest use a different
Here,
system of time than.
Catterfang. It's perfect.
Yeah, those Ratasker just they're wily folk. As he starts going off on, like, you see his eyes space out a bit. Yeah, I don't like thinking about the rise up. But yeah, I think I can find that. Hopefully it's not a squirrel nest. Ugh. As he starts waddling away towards the sound of the rock fall. After probably about half hour, Godric, have you been trying to get up out of this ravine?
So, not yet.
Okay.
He does have a plan to start trying to if he's not found. He will every once in a while just give out like a, "Hey, anyone there?" But he doesn't do it too much because he doesn't want to draw the bear back to him.
And
But,
okay. As you're sitting there, all of a sudden, you just start smelling skunk.
oh, hope that's not the bear.
As all of a sudden you start hearing the whole history of the squirrel rise up and how many friends were lost that day.
You could say it was a nuts time.
I really like the dead silence that followed that.
I wasn't sure if it was funny or not because I kind of like glanced up and I didn't see anything,
Well,
and I was like,
It's one of those sad times where normally going toward the winter, squirrels, bury nuts in the ground, and instead they were burying their loved ones and fellow soldiers instead into the ground prior to winter. And yes, that wasn't very sad and nuts. Sad.
As you hear them, as you guys look down and you see a ravine, and you see Godric just sort of, "Hey there!" just at the bottom of it.
His legs all wrapped up and definitely in a splint.
There's definitely lots of blood down there with him as well.
I fly down and land next to him.
Hey, I
What?
could have.
What happened?
I done broke my leg.
Okay.
Hurts like the Dickens.
I have this. You can here. I pull out a healing potion.
I just walk over to him and I put my hand.
Well, you have to go down in the ravine.
Yeah,
he's still
he's
at the
down
bottom
in
of
the
a
ravine.
I'm gonna slide down in the ravine.
Give me a dexterity check.
Despite his very calm demeanor, he almost too quickly takes that potion and drinks it. Like, he chokes a little bit trying to drink it.
10.
As you're sitting there drinking it, all of a sudden you hear, "Fup, fup, fup, fup," as Baxton starts tumbling down, losing his footing in the shale, as a bunch of rocks start coming down and wash over you. Godric, as your leg starts to stitch up, you just feel instant relief as the bone sort of stitches back together. As you got lucky and said it right the first time. And Baxton,
Hi.
you will take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as you crush down.
Ouch.
You take a minute.
Smash Godric to death.
You barely miss Godric. You barely miss Godric. As you sort of brush yourself off, look. You're good. Unless you're bleeding out with that damage.
How much does that potion
no, I
heal
meant-
for?
I'm at
4 + 2, I think, is it?
Okay.
What are you at?
It's a regular healing potion I gave him.
Baxton's at 2. Oh,
I'm at 8.
as Baxton, you are
You're
prone,
doing
just
8
laying down
damage.
there, as the shale has sort of washed up over your chest a bit, so you're just like sort of half buried under these rocks.
Is he like within arm's reach of Godric?
Yeah.
Godric like reaches over and gives Baxton like a gentle pat on the chest and goes, "Ravine buddies." And with that gentle pat and that bit of encouragement, Baxton feels a little better and gets 5 points of healing because Godric has the healing hand thing for paladins.
Nice.
You see, Baxton's just gonna be like, "Are you also covered in shale or no?"
No, I think he's like.
No, but he is absolutely dirty.
Baxton's just gonna kind of like look at his wound and go, "That doesn't look good. Here, you fix this." And I'm just gonna kind of like touch your shoulder, and you get 10 points from lay on hands.
Woo!
As they're doing that, Pinky looks up to you, Owen, and he's like, he like sniffs. He's like, "You smell that?" As he's looking at Baxton. That's the smell of shame. Because he fell. It's his pride is injured. He'll be fine in a day. He just needs to hit something really well.
Hey,
I've
Pinky,
eaten skunk before.
is there a place where you can show us that we can like maybe be safe for like a good solid 8 to 12 hours? To obviously you can tell we're a little.
The bottom of a ravine works.
I have Loman's tiny hut.
Don't die now.
As Sala says tiny hut, she says, Pinky's like, "Well, we could always go talk to Auntie Bear. She's a bit blind, but she doesn't mind the company."
Oh, ouch, that hurt.
Well, I like bears. I mean, bears are cool. We both like the same thing. We both like honey, so that works. Yeah. Cool. I'm pretty sure they'll like bears too. So, should be fine. You'll make introductions, right? You'll introduce all of us.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
Bear?
Where? As Pinky just starts looking around as you say bear.
No, you said.
I know, I'm just messing with you. Yeah, Auntie Bear. She's a bit blind, but she's a nice lady. She doesn't mind sharing her cave with people every now and again. It's not hibernation season, so we don't have to worry about. As long as we bring her something, she'll let us stay with her. It's hard for her to hunt and forage lately, so.
You like bugs too?
She eats just about whatever she can get her mitts on at this point. Because she can't see, she eats what she gets. I've been helping her out, bringing her some berries and food and stuff like that when I can. She owes me one.
I have some fried bugs.
She might eat that. I'd eat that. Bugs are delicious.
I pull out one I toss to Pinky.
Loses some flavor when you cook it. Doesn't squirt as much.
True.
They don't pop.
They last longer this way.
Well, you could keep them alive.
Too squiggly and wiggly.
Hey, I adventured with this wizard once. He had pocket roaches. All he'd do was he'd throw a handful of cockroaches at someone when they got angry. His name was Yorick? Yorl? Yeah, Yorl! He was here briefly, and then he went
Mr. Pinky,
away. Yes.
Pinky,
Yeah?
can we please? I want a nap.
Alright, Shame. Follow me. I mean, Baxton. As he starts
Just, like,
waddling away.
crawl out of the hole.
After about half hour, you guys arrive at a cave, and he yells out, "Hey, Auntie Bear! Got some friends? They brought some food?" He looks at you. You brought a sizable amount of food for a bear, right?
I'm a halfling. I always have food.
Hey, funny.
I'm also a halfling.
You're a oh, that's wonderful.
As he's like, all right, put the food out. She'll come get it, and if she takes it, we can go into the cave safely.
So let's just
I-
pull
I-
out.
I dump out about half my bugs.
Oh, I had the sausages. I took a bunch of smoked sausages from inside
did?
there. I will put all the sausages, all of them out there. I don't want to keep one. I'm good.
I also raided the cabinet, so like biscuits and dried apples and smoked meats and
Excuse me.
oh, I'm gonna take out the
What do
chocolate.
you
That
mean by
might
sauce?
kill her.
Okay, as you see this ancient bear, old and massive, shoulders hunched from her age, sort of come out. Giant paw comes out and scoops up the food. Holds it close as she limps back in, holding the food in one paw to her chest.
Does she also speak common?
Why, yes, I do speak common. Thank you for the
No.
food.
Oh, you do? You are so pretty.
I would give you a compliment if I see you, but all I smell is skunk. Pinky must be with you, I hear.
Yes.
Yeah.
And smell more so than hear.
Well,
As Pinky just says,
am-
present!
I'm Solus. What's your name? I mean, is your name just Mrs. Bear?
They call me Auntie Bear.
Auntie Bear.
I was awakened many years ago and never met my creator. They had an accident as soon as the ritual was done.
What do you mean awakened?
Well, when a druid loves an animal very much, they can do as a ritual and give them intelligence. And give us the gift of speech and the gift of thought and elevate us above our lesser brethren and sisters.
That is really, really cool. I need to find a druid to do that for Mr. Piggles. That'd be awesome.
Mr. Who?
Mr.
No,
Piggles.
we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I don't want a demon that.
No, Mr. Piggles is the pig you met earlier when her aunt came to visit in Greenest.
Oh, I thought that was the demon pig. Never mind.
No, that's Snorts.
Naughty.
Snorts. That's right, Snorts.
I
I don't want a demon pig that can talk.
I do.
She
I don't.
she snuffles her nose and she goes up to who's heavily injured at this point.
I'm at 7.
I'm at
She
8.
she goes up to you, Salas, and she takes a lick at one of your wounds as you'll regain 10 points of healing as she casts Cure Wounds on your...
You're a magic bear. That's so cool.
I can do a little bit here, but not much, as in my old age
If
I've
somebody
picked up
needs-
a trick or two.
If somebody
I'm-
needs something, I can give.
I need a nap. Just let me fall asleep for like a while.
You're free to use my cave, just do not start a fire in there.
And I crawl into a corner and fall asleep. I'm out.
I will
Can I
guard...
paint
I
your
will...
nails?
Sure, why not? I will guard the door for you if you all would like to sleep. You have my word and promise of hospitality. You are a guest in my cave, and I will treat you as such.
I hesitantly hop in and look around as best as I can see and find a spot near the door and
Okay.
curl up into head under wing and
Okay.
fall asleep.
All right.
Well,
Sounds good.
Lots of nail polish.
So,
dig up some grass, put it on top of the underside of the pot, and then use that as a pillow and fall asleep.
all right. As you guys settle in for a long rest here in this cave with Auntie Bear and Stinky the skunk, or Pinky the skunk. This is where
Just a bit.
we're going to take our first intermission for our intermission for the night.
This is really cool. Whew.
Transition there. All right, we are unmuted and we are back, everyone. Hello, hello. Galdrick, you recognized Anti-Bear as the bear that you encountered in the woods earlier, by the way.
Mm-hmm. I figured.
As you guys take your rest, and she tolerates her nails being painted by Solace, she humors Solace and lets her nails get painted, and even though she cannot see them. You guys get your long rest.
Good.
As you guys sort of start moving and getting about, she smiles at you in her Ursine grit way, an Ursine grin, and just sort of... It feels like it is a crisp night tonight. As you guys look outside of the cave and see the full moon is high in the air.
This is after our long rest?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
As you guys went to bed in the middle of the day because the portal got your time stuff all messed up.
Oh, right.
You got jet lagged
Yep.
through the portal.
Lagged. Well, Rosalie, we have to go now because trapezing through the woods in the middle of the night. That sounds like a horror story.
Well, the bunnies aren't nocturnal, so you're good there.
They aren't? Okay, I'm good. Let's go.
Anti-Bear,
Yes.
and I know that I'm talking normally, but I'm actually yelling since well, not yelling, but I'm
Yeah.
talking loudly because I'm deafish. I'm going to, okay, so I know you don't know Nibbles and Alfred and Alice, Larry, Betty, but we had a conversation last night, and I'm gonna do something, but I gotta put my hands on you. I'm gonna be okay with that.
That is okay.
Alright? I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna put my hands on her eyes and I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration. And I will cast it at 3rd level. I don't know if that meant. Wait, can you upcast it?
No, there's no upcasting it.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just do it at 2nd level.
Alright. As you do that, you see the cataract sort of uncloud from her eyes. And you see a tear well up in it as the vision comes back to her. Tears in her eyes. You have given me a gift that I have not seen in many, many, many years. As she looks happily up to the moon that she hasn't witnessed in years, she sees the bright full moon for the first time in over a decade. You see the tears sort of streaming down her face, happy tears. She looks at you and she's like, this is something that I cannot forget. A gift so precious to me. Thank you.
You're welcome. I seem to like things that are with bees. And somebody with a bee helped me out one time. So you're with the bee. Figured I'd help you out. It's a thing, and I'm best friends with Bahamut, and he likes this kind of thing, and I like this kind of thing. So, and all my bats, I mean, you see the bees start to pile up here, and I know Baxton got another bee. he would appreciate, this, because yeah.
She bows her head and she's like, I appreciate that. Mialiki will smile upon you later.
Leaky?
Mialiki, the...
Mia Leaky?
The goddess of nature, of the woods.
Does that sound at all familiar to me?
Mealik is a very common nature deity in Faerun, so you would have heard of Mealiki.
I'm
Aw.
just sobbing. I'm so happy. Oh, little bear. Like, you healed her, and it's just so sweet. And she's just crying lots.
As Auntie Bear will stand up on her hind legs and sort of waddle over to you and just give you the largest of bear hugs to get you to stop crying. Couple vertebrae in your back sort of pop as she squeezes you.
It's a bear hug. From a... Oh, someone save me. Oh, okay. Yes. Beautiful.
As she just sort of holds you up a bit, like your feet are dangling off the ground there, Solace. She's just like, stop crying. It's unbecoming. You are strong and independent. Do not let your emotions control you so. You have this. As she gently, like she sets you down and then gives you like as gently of a slap on the cheek as a bear can.
You sound like...
As you tumble right to the ground accidentally from just the sheer force of her gentle.
I'm backing away because Solace is much bigger than me, and I have a feeling my wings would just fracture and crack.
I just had a horrible vision of instead of wiggle and smack, fracture and crack. Like, that song.
This is the song of Godric falling in the ravine. Fracturing crack. That's awful. That's so awful, but I love it.
Shall we go clear the rest of that horrid place?
We should definitely get back and finish what we started.
Yes.
Can I burn it down?
Totally. No more jumping into tapestries, am I right?
I really want that tapestry, so I'm gonna roll it up and keep it.
Is Stinky still around or no?
Yeah, Stinky's still with you.
You think, with Stinky, can you give us a bear line to the
Unintended.
house?
I can just take you there.
That'll work too. Now we can like dodge all the blue jay nests, right? That kind of stuff. Just stick with the blackbird side and the bear and the beaver side and the
You're
good
making
side.
it like it's a gang from outsiders.
Well,
It is.
he'll fill you in on the walk. He'll tell you about the politics. It's
I don't know. I
just
kind
a
of
lot.
want to walk through the I kind of want to walk through the Blue Jay side. I kind of want to give the piece of my mind at this point. I feel emotionally
Invested.
Wait,
Yeah.
Willow,
invested in this.
Willow, you can speak to small animals, right?
Can you tell me how to eat them?
No.
Oh, I
She,
thought you-
she might not be that type of gnome. One gnome has it, one gnome doesn't.
Yeah, I don't believe I'm the type of gnome.
Are
no.
you a forest gnome or a rock gnome?
I am neither. I am a mark of scribing.
Oh, okay, yeah. One of the Eberron. Nice.
I'm sorry.
No, you're totally fine.
Oh, it's all right.
I was thinking like we could literally have Willow translate for us if we happen to be walking by and talk some trash at the Blue Jays as we're walking by. Just might add in some fun, but continue.
Good idea.
So he just sort of looks. Pinky looks at you. I mean, if you want to go to the Blue Jays, I'm good for some entertainment here. As he just starts waddling through.
We're
And
going towards the Blue Jays.
Oh, very important thing. Do not touch Pinky. He's not used to it. And if he does, it'll be a blast about
Pinky
a good
gets
100
stinky.
feet back that just hurts for. So just
Oh,
don't
that's-
do it.
Is gonna slowly withdraw her hands, which she was about to hug Pinky with. Just slowly going like.
as he starts waddling away, takes you through after about half hour worth of walking under the beautiful full moon through the trees. You guys said your goodbyes to Auntie Bear as you guys make your way through, and after a while, you hear some sleepy chirping as you awaken some of the blue jays from their slumber. Chirp, chirp,
Do I see any,
chirp, 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 chirp.
do I see any of their nests?
It's really dark, so not really. You just hear them peeping out all around you.
What?
As they all get quiet, as you let out a raven's caw. And this will be initiative.
Oh no!
What?
Corbus just started a turf war.
Oops.
Of course I did.
Corvus just started.
Yes.
Oopsie poopsie. I accidentally committed colonialism.
What?
Blue Jays are very territorial.
You started a colonial... What?
Oh no, a gang war.
How did this happen? I mean, are they just mad just because he's kind of a raven?
Well, they're both corvids, technically, so...
Yep.
Yeah, if you don't know anything about Blue Jays, they are very territorial. They will attack cats. They will dive bomb them.
Willow, what is your initiative?
Dirty 20.
Solace?
Oh, crap. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Godric?
11.
Corbus?
15.
Imbeer?
19.
Baxon?
I got a 19.
And Owen?
I got a
was
14.
prepared for day one.
What's that, Owen?
14.
All right. They were literally ready to overlook just about anything except for someone speaking their language insulting them. As they are territorial little butt munches. So, Willow, you are the first to respond as you just see a dark shadow start to rise up from the trees.
And
a
it's
colossal,
obviously hostile.
yes, and a colossal amount of chirping.
Okay, well, I'm going to throw my hand axe. 23.
Yep, it is hard to miss the blob of blackness that is flying in this night.
That was a 6.
All right, 6 points.
Yep. And a 26
26 will hit.
for another 6. And I tell Bob to attack.
Bob cannot currently reach them as they're airborne.
No. I will tell him to attack when he can.
Okay, sounds good.
And that's that.
All right,
That's all I can.
Baxon.
Baxon is just going to take the moment and take the turn to start kind of laughing at the ridiculousness of the whole situation. And we're going to do a regime change. So, how far are they away from me right now?
Currently about 20 feet up in the air.
How do you calculate jump height?
Strength plus, I think. I think it's just your strength score.
Strength
Oh.
score?
I have a website that calculates it. Hold on, let me bring it up.
Yeah, it's a really not very well used.
Yeah, I need to figure out jump height.
If he moves,
Okay.
it changes. If he
How-
moves so far, it changes.
How tall are you, Baxton?
I am. It erased all my stuff. I think I said 6'1". That's what I
Okay.
was.
And then what's your strength score?
18.
Okay, are you doing a running start or without a running start?
Without a running start, just straight high jump.
Your high jump is 7 feet off the ground. You can reach up and grab something 16.1 feet off the ground.
That's really tall. All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and send this in because it's a very helpful tool.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
10.
Yeah, no
so if I
problem.
just straight jump in the air, okay,
7 feet. Yep.
7 feet. Therefore, it's going to put me within 15 feet of the said.
Yes. Are you breathing?
I am going to breathe.
I too would like to breathe.
Breathing is good. Breathing is always a good option.
All right.
I'm
So
going
that
to-
is a con save.
It's a dex save of 14, as I'm going to angry breathe.
Did you manage to get all 14 swarms?
Whoa.
14?
As I severely diminish the number of blue jays in this.
So fail, pass, fail. What's the damage, real quick?
Well, how did Blue Jays go extinct? It's a funny story.
6, 6, 5.
So 12, 17 points.
17 points.
As we violently affect the ecosystem, I've got to wonder, are we the baddies? No, we couldn't be.
We couldn't be. We're here to kill dragons.
Are we eco-terrorists? No. All right. So the next one, let's see.
How many of them did I kill?
There are hundreds of blue jays just crashing to the ground at this point. That's another fail. What's the DC again I'm looking for? Is it 13 you said?
14.
That's another fail.
Because I'm pretty sure they were not expecting that.
Another fail. One pass. So it's... As it starts raining blue jays at this point, like, just
It's
burning
raining
blue jays. As that's another fail.
The floor.
As in this one move, you've accrued a higher kill count than Owen did with his rush through the Bullywog Temple. That's another fail.
Wow.
As it is hard to miss a amorphous blob of swarm, that is another fail. D&D Beyond is on your side tonight. My third 4 in a row. That's another fail.
At this point, no longer pity, more excitement.
Oh, one pass. As Baxton breathes his flames and realizes in horror the amount of carnage he just caused these poor birds. Oh, that's another pass.
For weeks.
And the last one, that is a pass. So a colossal amount of failing, some passing. There is... Most of the swarms are below half at this point.
Yeah, I did so much damage at this point that I think that, like, wow.
Imvir, it is your turn. As hundreds of birds start to rain down on fire down upon, as PETA would be offended by this massacre.
I'm gonna look at
Yeah, they're terrorists.
I'm gonna look at Corbus and be like, whatever you said, try to get him to just go relax because we really don't need like genocide of the blue jay species in the forest. Let's just like not have that happen. And that's all I'm doing.
So you're trying to convince the birds, or trying to convince the party to move on?
It's Corbin
Oh,
to tell
Corbus.
me to reapproach this whole deal. Because evidently he could say something to him because he was talking in some gibberish as far as I know. And all of a sudden this thing amasses. I'm like, well, hey, try to alleviate this because we really don't want to roast the forest of blue jays and whatever else.
Okay. Next up is Corbus.
I look over at Imperium. Sorry, but they won't listen. I launch into the air and launch an arrow. So that is 15 to hit.
All right. That will hit a swarm.
And that is 10 points of piercing.
10 points. All right.
And is any of them close enough for me to fly up into a swarm there and do a talon attack?
If you shot your bow, you cannot.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, you're right. So I'm just going to try to cause havoc by flying through their swarm. No, I'm going to stay where I'm at. Excuse me.
Okay.
I'm just going to let the better of me. So that's it.
Next up, Owen.
Thinky. I hope you've got all that pressure built in like you had last time. And I would like to improvise weapon, pick up Stinky, and point him to the remaining Blue Jays.
As you just hear the skunk.
Pat,
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
and point him quickly and say hello to my little blackbird friend. And
As Pinky is just screaming, I did not sign up for this! As I need everyone to give me a Constitution saving throw.
well, I was trying to aim him away from us.
It
Remember, if
kinda
you were
lingers.
within 10 feet of me, you could have.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
If you were within 10 feet of me, you get a +2 to it.
Well,
Am I within 10 feet of him?
I'd assume all of you guys are within 10 feet of the party at this point.
And I'm sorry.
I
what's
would
the
assume I'm
dexterity
not.
save?
Constitution.
Okay.
Constitution. Same thing.
Yep.
+2 -1 is 3.
I got a 17.
22. I'm used to this.
19.
I flew right into the main cloud.
This is
A
literally
1
why I
plus
was, like,
2.
You
That's
gotta.
why I was like shaking my head no when you were doing this. I'm like, please don't do this.
So Corbus, did anyone else get lower than a 12?
No.
I rolled a nat 1.
I got
Plus
right on 12. Can't.
Okay, so if you got a 12 or higher, you're good. Solace and Corbus. Solace, you start vomiting from the smell. Corbus, you literally drop everything that you're holding and fall prone and vomiting, like clutching yourself vomiting so hard at the smell.
Okay,
As you got
I
a
guess-
full beak worth of...
I guess I'm taking damage because I was up in the air.
Yup.
Yeah, you were.
I was up at least 30 feet.
You hit hard. You'll take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you're just a vomit comet, literally coming back to the ground.
Boom!
As the rest of you guys just get coated by the vomit coming spraying down. There's burning blue jays, vomits raining from the ceiling, skunk spray everywhere. As does this game become?
This isn't what I'm. Well, I mean, it's kind of what I meant, but more blowing them all down like you did the trees, like when you parted everything.
Do I take any damage from upheaving my guts?
No, yours wasn't bad, but Solace, it is the start of your turn. Give me a Constitution. Oh, hold on. What? One more thing. Anything else?
Did we knock? Did I knock any of the Blue Jays down, which is what I was kind of hoping to do?
Not knocking them down, but they are looking like they are trying to leave fervently at this point.
Okay.
Solace, it is the start of your turn. I need a Constitution saving throw as you failed the last save to see if you can act this turn as you are vomiting very, very profusely. You are still retching your guts up. All those cookies that you had the night before are coming back up as you're literally tossing your cookies at this point. As your turn is wasted, Godric. I'm making so much
Godric's gonna look
accidental
over
puns
and
tonight.
be
I love
like,
it.
I told you those cookies are bad for you.
Shut up.
You're the only one who ate cookies. Besides the bird up there, you're the only one who got sick. But other than that, none of the birds are within reach of him, so he's gonna wait.
Okay. And with that, the remaining birds that are left are going to take off into the night sky, flying as fast away as they can from this this corrupted home that they once had. As that is the end of combat here.
Man, if they can understand common, we might have just caused a bunch of issues for the blackbirds because you said hello, or say hello to my little blackbird friend. We absolutely just caused a turf war.
Is it a turf war if you kill like 90% of the other turf? At this point, I just think it's.
At this point, after a couple, like about a minute, both you and Solace stop vomiting, as there's nothing left to vomit.
I will very gently set Stinky down,
Pinky?
and I will. It's like I'm sorry for using it that way. I normally wouldn't have grabbed you, but I wanted a way to quickly disperse them, and you have a weapon that's almost like Baxen's. It is broad and beautiful damage.
He's giving you the stinkiest of stink eyes right now.
I kind of like get up and shamble over to Owen and just grab onto his leg and just rub myself all over him and step back. Honey, please.
Are you calling me honey?
No, I want honey.
Oh.
I got that's taste in my mouth.
There's one there. Oh wait,
You
I got
gave
the one.
it to the bear.
No, I have one more. And I pull out a little thing of honey. There you go.
As you pull out the honey, I need a dexterity save from you, Owen.
Nine.
All of a sudden, you hear Stinky yell, Oh no, it's the squirrels! As you see a platoon of squirrels just jumping through the trees.
Oh,
They
God.
grab, surgically strike the honey, and run off with it into the woods.
What?
Godric
This
watches
is why I
this,
don't even mess with the
Flower?
squirrels. The squirrels are crazy.
and he just slowly nods to himself and goes, "At one point, we were fighting dragons."
Okay, time to go.
I'm telling you, the politics here within this jungle, it's insane.
It stinks.
Part of me wonders if we should just stay here and we'll worry about the dragon cult later, and we should just like worry about straightening this out first. And
It's a bit of a mess, but
is.
it's their mess to. I mean, we did kind of cause some other mess, but it's their mess to clean up. We've got a world to save.
We
True.
are a mess, honestly.
Well, you're a mess right now. You're
Messages.
covered.
Can I cast prestidigitation to get all this vomit off of me?
Absolutely, you can do that.
We're gonna
And
save
can I
the
do
world,
one
and we're
for
gonna.
Corvus? One for Corvus too?
Yeah.
You can see why I almost said that out
Mhm.
loud and went, nope, never mind.
Yep. But we're gonna save the world. We're gonna come back to like the blue jays and blackbirds are like snapping their fingers as they're approaching each other.
Oh yeah, I guess we could come back and help them out. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, a level 20 character solving politics of a forest.
Mm-hmm.
Just burn it down and make a new one.
Honestly, we've got a situation on our hands. We may have just caused the whole West Side Story minus the romance.
Don't worry, there's gonna be a Romeo and Juliet, they'll be fine.
They both died!
Yeah, they'll both be fine.
Ow.
So, as I've completely accidentally derailed us while keeping... But that is okay. This has been so far one of my favorite nights so far, just the zaniness and insanity of it.
This is nuts.
Well, I mean, Maliki, she did say that Maliki was going to bless us, and this has been kind of like we helped settle, maybe, some political turf war thing.
Don't. We just caused a big problem.
Yeah. Let's just go.
We'll check on him later. I'll send Pinky. I'll probably send you a message to check in on you and Auntie Bear later, just to make sure, see how everything's going, and if you need help, we'll come by,
Blah.
and then we can continue.
Pinky's gonna start waddling back, leading you guys further and further on towards the what do you call it? The hunting lodge. And as you guys get pretty close to it, he's like, "Well, this is as far as I go because I don't want to be someone's dinner." I would say it's been a pleasure to meet you.
Pinky, I have a question for you, if you don't mind, before you take off.
Yeah.
So you're good at smelling and things. So, there was something here that had really large talons, and something else, but we didn't actually get to see it because it was in a stable. Can you smell it and tell us if it's around or what it is?
I don't smell anything right now, but would explain the large shadows that are bigger than birds we've seen.
Oh,
I've been
right now.
No, he's like, when I have to go out into clearings and whatnot, I try to stay under trees while I'm in the forest.
Oh, so they fly.
Yeah.
It's a dragon.
Yeah, Pink, you know what a dragon is?
I'm
no.
talking about the things that were in the
It's a big lizard that wants to kill everything, and it looks like Baxen, and breathes like Baxen, and is angry like Baxen.
And it has big wings.
Is
Not like-
Baxen a dragon?
Alright. But you don't smell anything near us right now, though, right?
Just you guys.
Alright. Do you still smell rage?
Nah, I mean, it's more of a slow simmer, but,
Gotta know what we're walking into. With
Oh, Pinky,
folks.
what do I smell like?
What?
Vomit.
What?
I cast
Oh.
meditation.
Really? No. Huh. Okay. Alright. Yep. We're good. Okay. That's interesting.
so,
Can't tell if you're creepy or not.
Oh, wait. Hey, Baxen. Trevi said stop that. Right? Yeah. Okay. Nibble said too. Don't be so angry all the
Yep,
time.
creepy.
We have to
Alright.
we have to be more like we have to be more like Pinky, level headed a little bit, looking at things. Not all rage charged through. I mean that all the time.
Okay.
You used Pinky as a bioweapon.
Yeah, I wanted to chase them away, not blow them all up. They're still alive.
You used chemical warfare. At least I put them out of their misery.
Yes, somebody actually got it. I did.
Listen, they attacked first. I just responded
So,
the American way.
They didn't have oil.
alright, I'm gonna cut this before it gets any further into dark. I know where this is going from some of you in the chat, and I am stopping this line of jokes of war crimes and joke chemical stuff. Cutting that now.
Feels like someone
That's a
needs
good plan.
freedom. Let's
I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
No, we're in Faerun. We're in Faerun. It smells like freedom for the blackbirds and the beavers. And everyone else's side we were fighting on, anti-Blue Jay.
let's go into the house now.
Yeah, let's get in the house
I'm waiting for Ken to
before we
recover.
give Ken an asthma attack.
As the train firmly but solidly crashes back into the station. From derailment.
Hey,
I apologize for that one, Ken.
I have no
do.
I have
oh
no regrets, not even a single letter.
no, 100% all Ken's fault. He's the one that brought in a talking skunk and a talking bear.
Yep.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta improv.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes D&D so amazing. When you can literally bring people to tears with just how crazy the shenanigans get. So,
And I was told that it was a smart play using Stinky Pinky.
Stinky just sort of waddles away. Waddle, as he sees by you, lets out one last fart on his way out, and just goes.
Okay.
So, do we go back into the house?
Well,
Yeah, let's go.
I don't think they'll not know we're coming.
Wait, we set fire. How's our fire burned over the last?
The stable, it's mostly a stone building, so the hay
Okay.
inside of it burned up, but nothing else. It didn't do any like real structural damage. The hay burned quickly, but then fizzled
How
out.
about the roof? The roof is usually wood.
Stinky didn't smell anything like lizardy or weird.
The roof was a little burnt on the stable, but not by much.
We should.
It didn't
be
catch
careful
as far.
Okay. So.
But you do see what looks to be like frost marks around it where it was burning.
Frost? You said frost, right?
Yes.
Oh,
So something put it out.
yeah.
But Stinky did say that there were multiple shadows flying around. That's why I don't think there were multiple dragons. I think it's something else, but I don't know what else could be like really large.
And as you guys start walking, approaching back up towards the front, I'm going to share a picture of what this person looks like as they're sort of leaned into the doorway. Imvir, you recognize them right away as one of your old friends. As she's leaning, spear in hand, just casually leaning in the doorframe. Hello! The name is Talus the White. You see, you're probably the ones that have caused the mayhem in my estate.
Yes, because you were torturing people.
Torture's a nasty word. Yes, there, Baxton?
Just a quick side note, this is the profile that I used for Alon for up until literally everything there. So you posted that and I was like, what's Alon doing in this place?
Yeah, it's a female elf.
I was very confused. Alright, go back to it, because I was thoroughly.
She's like, please, dinner's about done. If you'd like to come in for a meal, I can promise no hostilities, and let us be civil about this. Let us discuss things.
You're awfully nice for a torture lady.
Well, you have one of my friends here, and I at least owe him that much. As she looks to you, Imvir.
I'm gonna walk up to her, like walk away from the group, and I'm gonna hug her because I haven't seen her since we were probably teenagers and school and whatnot. And I'm gonna say it's been forever. And I'm like, you left to study. What are you doing?
She returns the hug quite fervently, and she's like, well, trying to thwart the cult of the dragon while accumulating as much power as I can.
I'm like, that's interesting.
But please, let us go in for a meal and talk about this. I think I can help you on your journey.
Imvir, you got some major explaining to do right now. This is not a cool brother move. This is a bad brother move. Okay.
I look, you have something for the smell that we have
I can fix that.
They already took care of that.
Yeah, Solace has been casting prestidigitation to get rid of all the skunk stink.
Oh, okay.
You, Imvir, talk now.
Maybe some other time. This conversation we're about to have a little more important.
No.
Yeah, you realize you're not going to get the chance for the privacy you want for that conversation as Talus has started to walk into the building.
I'm glaring at him like, she tortures people. What's your problem?
I follow.
I'll follow her in.
All right.
Worst case scenario, it turns into a fight.
So she leads you in to the dining room, and you guys sit down, and the plating is exquisite and immaculate, the silverware gorgeous, sparkling. As she sits up and...
Did we steal their silverware?
This is a different set. You stole it from the first floor. This is in the second floor that you guys are in right now. She sits down, crosses her arms, and looks at you. So, for the sake of old friendships, let's work on a deal. I know you're after the large treasure hoard that was coming through here. My spies have told me this much, and I know where it's going. I can even help you get to where it's going without getting opposed.
I'm listening.
But that requires my health and safety. Something
Why
that...
were you torturing people in your basement?
Oh, well, 2 of them were members of the Cult of the Dragon that were from the rival factions.
You were still torturing them.
Oh, let's listen to what she has to say first.
So, the treasure is heading to a cloud giant's fortress. And then they're going to fly it to the Cradle of the Dragons. And if my timing's correct, it's going to be going soon here. Before long.
And how would we get there soon?
So, I so happened still to have a couple wagons that have treasure that need to go. There's enough room to smuggle you guys in the wagons. And once you're there, you just simply break out of the wagons when the wagons stop. And you're in the fortress. And then from there, you could probably find some allies to help you there. The Cloud Giant is not keen on our group, but he is helping us for his own motivations. I think you could probably find a ally in him, possibly. As she starts pouring a glass of wine for herself. It's an exquisite white wine. And from there, you're on your own once you're in there. I'll be there, but there's not much that I can do to assist you there once you're in.
I'm sorry. What'd you say about a cloud fortress and a giant cradle of something?
No. She said cloud giant.
Can you speak up?
Cloud giant.
Oh.
Yes, there's a cloud giant fortress, and that the cult has secured its use through a alliance with the giant himself that runs it. He does not seem to like the cult per se, but he seems to be using us for his own motivations, which is fine. It allows us to transport massive amounts of treasure very quickly.
What do you mean, us?
Well, I am a member of the Cult of the Dragon, but I am of a differing faction of the cult that you have been opposed to the entire time.
Do you still want the 5-headed dragon lady to come up again?
I will be completely honest, all I want is as much personal power as I can accrue. I could care less if Tiamat herself came out. Honestly, it doesn't benefit me if she does.
Yeah, because, the world ending.
I'm gonna look at Solace right as she says this and be like, we went to school together. She was like the best student, the best at everything, excelled. She always made fun of me for messing around and locking the teacher's desk and doing other kinds of random things. But she always excelled, so she was great to study with because she was always on top of everything.
Yes, and taking your first kiss was quite awesome as well.
You did what?
Did I make an insight check on her?
Yes.
You! I'm gonna look at him being like, have you no standards?
That'll be a 19.
She's pretty on the level for the most part. You're getting more psychotic vibes from Solace right now than you are from her.
I'll look over at Baxton and I'll kind of look at him and hopefully he looks at me and I'll just be like,
Solus?
gotta be an honest man, like, and Solus over here is freaking out that somebody else kissed him and I don't really understand. Like, if she wanted to kiss him first, that's really weird. That's like bumping into some very weird territory right now. I don't understand why she's so getting upset about that. And obviously I'm not saying this quiet because I don't have an inside voice right now. So I might be thinking that I'm saying it quiet. I'm really not.
So
as far as I know, they're not from Salt Marsh, so they're not inbred. So
Oh, okay. So she's just jealous, and she's just jealous.
Talus sort of smiles and laughs, and she looks to you, Imvir. So what brought you here this far and in this much danger? And she looks to you, Sala. She's like, it didn't go further than a kiss. It was just
I don't believe you. Solus
She's telling the truth.
With every inch of her body, and that's a lot of inches, and she does not like her.
You're a halfling. You have about that many inches.
So, but she looks back to Imvir. So what brought you here, my friend?
I'm gonna tell her that we were investigating the issues in Green Nest and the cult attacking, and then I got a hold of some documents and got a peek at them about what was going on, and we kind of put a little bit of a disarray in things because I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you met Siren Wrath. Yeah, he's a little relieved of his duties at the moment.
I heard that he hasn't reported in a while.
Yeah, he kind of lost his head.
His head off.
She looks at you. Can you mind keeping your sister on a leash for this conversation? Or would you like to go out to the other room? Would you like a doggy bag to go chill out in the hallway and eat your meal?
Godric is just going to walk over to Solus and just pick her up, throw her over his shoulder, grab her food off the table, and start walking away.
And
Like that, Godric.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna sit there and shake my head and peck at the food.
So if you're not
food's very good
with the organization, then who's in opposition that we need to alleviate from their position to help you?
So there are 5 leaders of the cult that we know as Worm Speakers, and each of them have an affinity for a particular kind of chromatic dragon. Note takers, this is the time to start taking the notes. Their name are Severin the Red, Severin, the Red, Galvan the Blue, Galvan, Neronvain the Green, Neronvain, Rezmir the Black, Rezmir, and Verum the White, as she spits the name of Verum with utter hatred and contempt.
I'm like, well, we came across Rezmir, so we're a little informally introduced to that person. I'm going to look at Baxton, and I'm going to be like, describing Rezmir. Was that one of the people that you ran into when you were held captive at the camp?
Yes, that was one of them.
So long ago. Okay. I was going to say, dude, that was so long ago, I don't remember. I've almost died 10 times since then. I have other priorities.
The
So look out from the other room, like, what color are you? With as much venom as she can.
I do not have a mask or am a worm speaker, to my dismay. Verum made sure that that didn't happen. The castle that you're looking for, that I can secure passage with, is hidden in a village near Parnast, which is under the cult's control. And, there's a wonderful, amazing white dragon that inhabits the castle. And, oh, glory be to Snow White Glacial, the Cloud Chaser, a northern dragon of the most handsome breed.
What's his name again?
Glazhael, Glazhael. And you get a bit of weird vibes when she's discussing that dragon. There's also...
Go ahead. Sorry.
Nope, go ahead, Imbir.
I was just going to look at her because, like, we studied stuff together in school, and she told me stories, like, why she was fascinated with some of this kind of stuff. And so I'm going to kind of, like, draw back on a memory of, like, her discussing maybe the things that she was interested in because we spent a lot of time together or whatnot. And, like, think about, like, the ties of why all of a sudden this is so in-depthly fascinating to her. And maybe use that little bit of, like, I guess knowledge that these guys don't have about her as like an insight to, like, is she gone a little too far with it? Or is it like...
Yeah, give me an insight there.
$17.
You realize, especially with that last statement about the dragon, that she's probably a bit in too deep with this. That maybe something might not... Maybe something snapped a while back.
Okay.
She's definitely not the girl you remember.
The person.
Okay. And, like, there's a part of me that's like, if the party sees my reaction to somebody that I've known for a long time, and, like, they almost see that, like, there's a disheartened look on my face as I hear this, so, like, they could react to it. I want to show it without necessarily saying it.
17 past the perception. I might see it, since I can't hear or shit.
Yeah, you do see his sort of dismay a little bit. Godric, what were you going to say?
Oh, it was just me trying to talk to my roommate, but I forgot to mute.
Oh, okay.
Well, 13 passive.
13, yeah, you don't notice this.
Okay.
I'll tell her that I'm willing to help her and solve some of this stuff. I don't know, like, the dragon knowledge and history like she does. I was just sent to help the people of Greenest and find out exactly what was going on with the cult.
It's like, I appreciate it. And one last thing you should know is the Red Wizards have sent liaisons to help arrange the Horde's transport to the cult's headquarters. They're also in the castle. And if you're willing to help, I can smuggle you in some of these wagons. Have to be soon because the train is about to leave for that, as the castle is scheduled to depart very soon.
I mean, probably just get that arranged now.
Yeah.
I can
handle Solace.
a little bit. Yes.
She's like, as a token of goodwill, and that I'm not going to just backstab you, you can have the shield. And she tosses, she pulls out a shield that was sitting next to her chair, and she sets it on the table. This shield is ancient and quite magical. You see, it's like a wooden shield and a wooden kite shield. It's like this will, it's an arrow catching shield. And why one would want this, not sure, but say you have an ally that is close to you, and they get shot at with a bow, you can take the shot from them instead. The shield will magically attract the arrows.
I'm just gonna look at
Godric.
Everyone in the room slowly turns to Godric. Godric's still like trying to hold Solace.
Yeah, he is way back there, so like.
I take it he's the reckless one.
Well, it's a toss-up between him and Gail.
He just froze. What'd you say? You froze real quick. Say that again.
Oh, it's a toss-up between Godric and Gailey over here. Who is the most reckless?
Scaly, you mean
Haley
Baxon? Yeah.
Baxon. I mean, I touch all the weird stuff.
Are you the one that touched my tapestry and set off my helm tour?
I may have, and I don't regret it.
You know that spell was very expensive to get set up.
I'm glad it was.
I'm down at least 4,000 gold for that. I think I'm gonna call you Buttercup because you have such a sunny disposition.
Usually I do, but not for you.
Well, I can write this one off the wheel. All right. So I have a couple carts that are getting ready to go. We'll have to seal you into the carts. You'll have to break out of them when you feel things stop moving. You'll feel the temperature drop also when you're there, as it is cold on the castle. It is made of ice.
Oh, lovely.
So when you start feeling the temperature drop and you stop moving, give it a count of half an hour, and then break free. You should not have any guards on you or near you. And she looks to you, Imvir. She's like, for you, friend, I do this. If it was anyone else coming, and she shoots daggers at Solace, who's been shooting daggers at her the entire time, I would not have been so civil and so willing to talk. But due to our history, I felt at least I owed you this much.
And I'm gonna look at her and I'm gonna like stand up as like she's sitting there. I'm gonna lean over and hug her. I'm gonna say, I'm sorry it's been so long. If I can repay your kindness in some way, I will.
She nods. She's like, just survive this. And that will be repayment enough.
You better not become my sister-in-law.
So, with that, dinner is wrapped up very briefly, and you guys are led to just outside where there is a train of valuables. Part of the side is opened up, and as you guys get put in, are you guys splitting yourselves up between two different wagons or staying in one? It'll be a tight fit with one, but two wagons be more comfortable.
I would say 2, and
Two.
Baxton goes in one, and Godric goes in the other, and then we split from there because 2 strength.
All right.
2 strength dudes.
So I need you guys to figure out the groups and put that into the Tyranny of Dragons book or chat.
Invid, I need to talk to him.
So I take it you and Envy are in the same wagon.
No.
Godric will make sure Solace goes into the wagon with him.
I'm gonna go into the wagon with Baxton.
I'm with Baxton.
Seriously, Invid, like, have standards.
So Corbus and Willow, where are you going?
I'll go wherever I think I'm needed. I don't. The other thing is, what do I do with Bob? Can Bob trot behind the wagon, or Bob have to go into the wagon?
Bob would have to go into the wagon as well. And there's enough room for him to fit because you're small.
Okay, so
It isn't going to be a comfortable fit for any of you guys. Like, you're being
Well,
shoved into a treasure
wagon
wagon. Oh,
I guess I-
say that, Willow? You cut off.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying, which wagon would still have room for Bob?
That would probably be the one with Godric and Solace so far.
That's fine.
I'll go with
So-
Baxton.
Okay. As you guys get put in there, the last thing you see is the light fade as the hammers hit the nails and nail you in to the treasure wagons.
Oh, we don't regret this.
As
We just let that murderous lady put us in a wagon?
You're not in our wagon. You don't know.
Gosh darn it.
And as
What
you
if she
as you start
definitely-
shouting this out there, Solace, you hear a from above you as you just hear, "If you yell and talk the entire time, you're going to give away the ruse."
I know so much about ruse. I'm a bard. I ruse the ruse.
All of a sudden, the entire wagon that you're in goes silent.
I'm gonna glare at all of you in the dark, like, right?
As you feel the wagon start to move, the jolt of the movements, as you feel the bumps, bump, 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 bump. As the journey is a bit arduous and a bit long, you guys are starting to cramp and starting to ache as the gold and treasure sloshes around, gems, candlesticks, silverware, all the stuff that has been looted from all over the countryside.
I occasionally pick up a random item that sloshes against being put into a bag.
Oh, I was so doing that too. If there was jams or
I was just waiting. Doesn't one of you guys have a bag of holding in this campaign?
Nope. Nope.
Oh, that
No,
would have
it's
been
good.
Oh, we haven't gotten one yet.
that would have been too good. You guys just empty out the cart that you guys.
We
That's me
really
tomorrow.
need one. Like, really.
So after a while,
Actually,
what's that, Ray?
I said I have one.
Oh, there we go.
As Willow's Willow's one gets a lot more comfortable for everyone involved as the treasure starts slowly disappearing into the bag as they slowly start sliding them into the bag, making more room for themselves.
Also, Willow's sitting in kind of the space between Bob's legs, so she's not getting smacked by treasure.
Yep.
Just sort of legs.
You can gather roughly about 10,000 gold pieces from this. From this, as you just start putting them all
Okay.
into your bag.
How much do I collect up?
I mean, what you can carry, you can maybe get like 300 gold in your pockets,
Okay.
and that's you
Okay.
jingling every step you take.
I'm literally just gonna pick up like half a dozen gems or whatever in the pile just randomly.
Okay.
You guys are aware that this is stolen treasure from peasants, right?
I want
I am not.
diamonds.
There are some diamonds.
Gold worth.
There you find about
300 gold.
you find about 2 diamonds worth that.
I am not touching a single copper of this.
You're gonna want me to have this if I have to bring you back to life.
I'm not touching a single copper of this. Y'all can do whatever you want.
So
Okay, Muhammad said I could do it.
Yeah.
After a while of rumbling and grumbling, while you guys are in the carts, you guys will gain your next level, as that is the end of this chapter.
Yeah.
And as
All right.
we're not done yet here for the night, as you guys gain your level, but you guys continue on, jumbling, rumbling. And as as you guys eventually come to a stop, and a very weird feeling, as you feel like an elevator rising up as you guys are laying down. After a while, everything stops moving, and the temperature starts to drop. Yes, Alice.
Everyone in mind, take a jacket, because I'm a seamstress and I carry jackets. They may be sparkly, they may be sequiny, but they're warm and comfortable. And it's cold here. If you want a jacket, have a jacket. That's all I needed to say.
And as you guys are sitting there, and the temperature is dropping, things are getting colder. Things are getting quieter. You hear low, slow exhales from lungs more large than anything that you've ever heard. Except for once, when you were in the swamps, and you found. And as you're thinking in the line of thoughts, large yellow talons rip off the tops of both wagons, as looking down upon, you see the face of a large white dragon. And this is where we're going to end for the night.
I told you she'd betray us.
Flippin' great.
Hi there.
As this fight can definitely, if it does become a fight, can take definitely a good while. And you guys have begun the final chapter of this first book in Tyranny of Dragons.
Cool.
So, after this chapter, we'll move on to the next book in the series. As copy image link. Let me just share a picture of what you guys are seeing looking down upon you.
No.
Solis is giving you all of you, I told you so glass.
But All right, everyone who's watching at home, thank you so very much. This has been Odyssey of Eternity. I'm DM Kenneth, and this is where we are going to end for the night. Thank you so much for watching. Please tune in next week to see where this takes them. Will they fight this dragon, or will they manage to talk their way out of it? With this party, who knows? Either one could happen.